Okay, I'm going to talk about trial closes for just a minute. Trial closes are crucial because it allows the customer to take mental ownership before they go inside the building. A lot of your customers basically look, they feel like that they're going inside to see numbers, but they physically haven't taken ownership of the car. That's a salesman's job. You know, during the process of the meet, greet, fact find, qualify, select a vehicle, walk around, demo ride, we're trying to increase the emotion of the customer, right? To get it to an all-time point high, so when we pull back into the lot, we can do a trial close and ask for their business and take them inside. And that's what I want to talk about. So you must know a trial close on your heart, something you can ask that's real comfortable. I like to ask for the business off the lot. You guys may ask for it on the lot. You could try a couple different ways and see what way works best. When I sell cars, one of the things that I used to do is we would drive the vehicle, and obviously maybe we would switch from a husband to a wife driving it, or as I was taking them on a little drive, I'd always say, hey, do me a favor, before we pull back into the store, go ahead and pull over here real quick, there's something I want you guys to see. And then what I would do is that I would get out, and I would say, guys, come on over here real quick. And then I would step back, and I would have them, and I'd say, guys, turn around and look at the vehicle for just a quick second. The reason why I showed you this car out here, because a lot of times this is where I come to look at the vehicles before I make a decision to buy one. Why? Because there's not a thousand other vehicles, there's not a bunch of metal out here on the lot. It gives me a real opportunity to just kind of slow down, look at this car, and see if I can see it in my driveway. You guys said you love the style of the car, you said you love the way it drove. I just want to ask you, if I can get the numbers 110% to your satisfaction, there's not a reason why in the world why you wouldn't be happy to take it home, right? As you're doing this with your head, they're more likely going to say yes. Why I like asking for that off the lot is because, look, when we're back at the lot, guess what? Their trade-in's right there. They can walk right over to their car. The store's there. You got two guys cussing it up over here. You got a couple guys smoking. It's just not pleasant enough to me, and that's why I ask for it off the lot. So I challenge you to open your mind to maybe doing things a little bit different. But if you got a great store, that stuff doesn't go on. Nobody badmouths, not a lot of people are staring at them, and you got a real comfortable place that you like to pull your cars up and you don't have that happening, then do it at your store. That's okay. I just want to say it's your choice to do it on the lot or off the lot. But there has to be some mental ownership. So I would do that off the lot, and if they'd say, Andy, I don't think that we're ready to do it yet, it allowed me to overcome the objection off the lot without the pressure of being at the car dealership, right? So I just was saying, that's one thing you might try. That's what worked real successful for me. But the trial closes, I put 3 of them up here. And like I said, you may have one right now that already works. I'm going to tell you, my favorite one is, obviously we pull back into the lot. Let's just say this is where you do it, is at your store. And you say, obviously, guys, you drove it, you said you loved it, right? Because you got a bunch of yeses from them on the test drive, some things that they want on their vehicle this has. And you have a relationship with them where you've sold the dominant buying motive that this vehicle fits their needs, and you've surfaced hot buttons. You're ready to ask for their business. But you don't want to do it inside on a sheet of paper where there's a lot of pressure. You just want to ask them this. Now listen, Mr. Customer, if I can get the numbers to 110% to your satisfaction, there's not a reason in the world why you wouldn't be happy to take it home, right? Okay, awesome. Now we'd be titled in your name or both your names. Great, guys, follow me inside. Let me show you how easy it is to buy a car here. That's mental ownership, okay? Have the customer take mental ownership. The second one, something that people might already do in your store. I'm not real fond of this. It says, but I see it done a lot and I see it works. Guys, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I just want to ask you this. Obviously, you said you guys love the vehicle, you drove it. You said it's a style that you like. Let me ask you this, how would you rate the vehicle from 1 to 10? And then they'll say something like, well, we probably rated it around an 8. I don't like that because I like a 10 every time, but I see this being done. Okay, so what would it take? What would it take to make it a 10? Well, it'd have to be a good price. So what you're saying is if I can make the price right, you guys would be happy to take it home, right? Yeah, okay, come on inside. Or they may say, well, it's not the color we like. Well, let me ask you this. Do you guys think you'd go colorblind for a good deal? I'm just saying if the money was perfect. Yeah, we probably would. Great, guys, come on inside. Or they say, Andy, a 10 would be a sunroof. So what you're saying, as long as that I can put a sunroof in it, because that's something that's a possibility, I do it for my customers all the time. As long as it had a sunroof, that'd be a 10, right? Great, guys, come on inside. You see, a lot of people ask these questions. I'm giving it to you because, look, I think that, look, you got to have 1, 2, or 3, or 4 trial closes on your heart all the time to ask. I ask number 1 all the time, but I'm giving you a couple so you can say it over and over in the mirror to yourself and see which one you like the best, okay? So, obviously, one thing is something that everybody in the world knows, which is, okay, guys, you said you love the way the vehicle drove. You obviously said you love the style of it. Let me just ask you, if there was one thing, and I mean just one thing, that would prevent you guys from driving this vehicle home right now, what do you think that one thing would be? They say price, you say great. So what you're saying, as long as the price is right, you're happy to take it home, right? Great, come inside. Okay, so one thing, basically, there's a funnel. They might be thinking 3 to 4 different things when they come back on the lot that they're concerned with. And then since you say one thing 3 times, it dials them down to just surface one objection. And you say, great, so if I can make that happen, you'd be happy to take it home, right? Great, come on inside. Now also, trial closes. These right here, right, they're important because you have them take mental ownership, but I want to share with you, if you've done a great job on the test drive, you've got them jacked up and you got them excited, you can ask them questions like this. Hey, so let me ask you this. Who do you guys think you're going to show your new car to first when you guys drive out here today? Oh, I'm going to go show it to my sister. What did they just do? They just took mental ownership on the test drive. So when you get out of the car, you don't have to ask these. They've already committed to buying it. You could just say, now guys, come on inside and let's start the paperwork. Now, were you going to title that in just your name or in both your names? Oh, we're probably going to put it in both our names. Great, guys, come on inside. I asked that little question just to tie it up. But I didn't ask if they want to buy it. I just asked them how they were going to title it. So you'll understand that you have to do trial closes. You have to have them take mental ownership of the car before you cross through those doors. And like I said, if there's an objection, don't be scared of it. But like I said, you have to ask for the business beforehand. Just find the best ways to ask for it. And hopefully this will change your sales dramatically. Thank you.